Then 12th point is related to the optimal learning environments and supports for the students. So we have to support the students by optimal learning environment. So we have to give the different facilities. We have to give some choice-based credit systems, that is CBCS. Then we have to think of other internationalization, nowadays we are following the Ayush guidelines. So that maybe for medicine, yoga, arts, likewise, you can go for the music, history, culture, etc. So at international level also, someone should guide to the students also. That is the for the learning. Then internationalization at home also. Some students may learn from home on the online platform, and some students may learn from the home with the help of open distance learning platform. So these are the different points which can be covered under this 12th point. Then 13th is motivated, energized, and capable faculties. So we all know that now this, if you observe all these or listen all these skills, so we have to go for the research skill, we have to have the teaching skills, we have to have the one-to-one interaction to the students, or sometimes online teaching skills, sometimes the offline teaching skills, and many skills. And for that purpose, we have to be motivated. That may be a self-motivation. Some energy should be there, and some capable faculty should be motivated, and promotion to be given to such a faculties with the appropriate remuneration also. Then 14th point is equity and inclusion in higher education. So we have already discussed this part in the school education itself. So that is the same part that is for the SEDGS students. Focus is there, and then gender inequality focus is there. That is transgender or male-female candidates, and all together, all these candidates should be learn together at a single platform. Then teacher educations. So we have already discussed about the B.Ed program, that may be 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and 4 years. So we have to go for this teacher education by 2030. So by 2030, only educationally sound, multidisciplinary, and integrated teacher education program shall be in the force. So B.Ed is again going to have a focus in the near future, but that is from the NEP 2020. Then 16 point is reimagining the vocational educations. So we have already discussed about the vocational educations in the school education, that is from 6 to 8 as well as 8 to 12. Now in the college level also, or this multidisciplinary university also, we have to focus, we have to learn many skills. So I'm not going for the details of these all vocational sources. I'm just show you the statistical data and the requirement and some policies. So 50% of learners should be there with the help of this vocational education by 2025. Then vocational education will be integrated into the school and higher education. Then NSQF should be there, that is National Skill Qualification Framework, for details of this vocational education. Then there is another body, that is NHEQF, National Higher Education Qualification Framework, will be formulated by this NSQF. So 50% of the vocational education undergraduate will be there by 2030 or 35. So educational like diploma, bachelor of vocational, master of vocational degrees will be there into the exist with the help of this NEP 2020. There may be some short-term certificates also. So job market orientation with this multiple entry and exit option is available. Then RPL, that is recognition of prior learning, overcome the social status hierarchy, and skills gap analysis and mapping of local opportunities are also there due to this vocational educations. So by 2040, all higher educational institutes shall aim to become multidisciplinary institution, including the vocational educations. So currently, the formal vocational education gap is there. So between the age group of 19 to 24, formal vocational education in India is 5% only as compared to other countries like USA 52%, China 54%, UK 67%, Germany 75%, South Korea 96%. And with the help of the statistical data also, you can understand we have to go for the vocational education, because in the 2022, less than 29 years old young generation is there in India. So from this figure also you can understand. So 47 in India, that is the main figure. So that is potential surplus population in working age group of 2020. So we should focus on the vocational education. So these are the different NSQF level from 1 to 10. So you can observe this. So from the secondary school grade 9 to doctorate. So these are the different general qualification and vocational qualification criteria, and certifying bodies are given for the case 1 as well as for the case 2. So this diagram gives you the idea. So different vocational education skills can be connected with the different educations also. And if you are having the vocational education as well as the higher education, then in the job market, the demand is more. So from this diagram also, you can understand, just observe this number, that is 100 is the enrollment of students in the primary education. After primary, only 76 students are there. After secondary, only 57 students are there. And after high school, only 12 students are there. So you can understand what is the gross enrollment ratio is there. And that is why the NEP 2020 is going to focus on the gross enrollment ratio at least up to 50% from 26% by 2025. And after some years, we have to go for the please mute. Okay, 17 point is catalyzing quality academic research in all fields through a new NRF activities. So we all know what exactly the NRF activities. Organizers, please mute the participants. Still sound is there. Okay, I will check that. I will mute that participant. Navnath Deshmukh. So in this 17 point, that is quality academic research in all fields through a new educational or the National Research Foundation. So we have already discussed about the different aspects of the accreditation. So everything is included in this NRF with reference to the different institutes like DST, DAE, DBT, ICAR, ICMR, ICHR, UGC. So all the skills are incorporated under this NRF academic research catalyzing. Then in the 18th point, that is transforming the regulatory systems of higher educations. So in the school education criteria also, we have discussed these things, that we have to transfer all these regulatory systems in a single systems. So all these AICT, UGC body, all these DT, MSBT, etc. are going to convert into single regulatory body. The 19th point is related to the effective governance and leadership for the higher educational institutions. So we have discussed what exactly this HEI is, what is the multidisciplinary universities and colleges are. So for that purpose, effective governance and leadership should be there. Then part 3, that is other key areas of focus. So professional education is one of the point under the other key areas. So we have already discussed that there is a health issues, there is a yoga activities, there may be a drawing skill, that may be a painting skill, that may be a music skill, that may be a hands-on practices, etc. Then we have also discussed about the artificial intelligence, 3D machining, then data science, sometimes that may be a biotechnology, nanotechnology, neuroscience. All these are the important parameters, and that can be act as a professional education under this category. Then adult education and lifelong learning. So this is the flexibility of this NEP. So you can learn at any age you can enter to the school or you can enter to the college at any age and even while having the job opportunity. So multi-entry and multi-exit systems are available for the adult education system. So these are the lifelong learning systems. Then 22 is related to the promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture. So we have already discussed about the local language, then national language or some compulsory language, are even foreign language are also there. So for that purpose, we have to promote these Indian languages, and for that purpose, out of 3 languages, at least 2 languages are Indian native bed. That is the promotion. And then we can promote these art activities, cultural activities of India. Then 23 is related to the technology use and integrations. So we all know we are using this technology, and in the future, now we are going to use the artificial intelligence, data science, robotics, mechatronics, etc. activities in the teaching learning process also. 24 is related to the online and digital education. So we are already on the platform itself. So there is no need to discuss each and everything regarding this online and digital education.